All right, welcome back. This is going to be a slightly longer video talking about how to make a list of links. We're going to talk about the linking tag and making a list of it. So if you can see, I'm on the Whataburger's website. Why did I do this? Well, that's because this is it's a navigation menu. You see, I can click there. Something's happening when I'm hovering over. By the way, that's done in CSS. But this is actually a list. Let me show you. Now, quick thing. Currently, I'm in the Chrome browser logged into my school account. So if I try to right-click on this and inspect, it has been blocked. So if you're going to be doing any web development, I highly suggest you open up Firefox, and I think it has a slightly better development environment. Second thing I'm going to show you just real quick is, you see the URL up here? If I click up here, this is the full URL. We're at https://whataburger.com.home. Com is the top level domain, Whataburger is the second level down, and we're in the home folder here. This becomes important. But this is a URL, and it's an HTTPS, which is the protocol we're using. The S meaning this is a secure connection, that our conversation between me and it has been encrypted. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy the full URL up here and come over here and just paste it into Firefox. I'll show you why I'm going to do that here in a moment. Because once I get into Firefox, block, I can right click and I can go to inspect. And what you see here is now, as you can see, as I'm looking at these elements, this looks like HTML here, you will see that this is an ordered list with a bunch of list elements in it, and this new tag that I'm going to teach you here, an A tag, okay? Also, you see it's showing me that there's margin and padding and a lot of other information here. I mentioned inspecting the code. It's kind of interesting. This website actually has 7 errors on it. Go fig. But anyway, what I want you to notice is this is a UL list, a list element with an A tag inside of it. That's what we are aiming for today. All right, before we get too much further in this, I'll say that for another day. So that is what we're aiming to do today. So here we go. I need to start a new document. Well, guess what? As I've been showing you over and over again, why make from scratch when I have a template? So let me open up my template and check it over, make sure everything's cool. Before I do anything else, I need to do a save as. This is going to be about links. So this is going to be my list of links notes. Okay, boom. There we go. Oh, notice it turned gray. That's because I forgot to tell it that's a list of links notes.html. Forgot to tell it was an HTML file. So this other one right here, I don't need anymore. I'm going to delete it so I do not get confused, so I don't have 2 files with the same name. All right, let's give it a title. Your homework is going to be something different, but for me, let's do a list of resources. Okay. Up here, let's say that what we're going to do is we're going to make a list of links. Okay. I'm going to start a paragraph telling us what we're going to do. Making a list is a common thing. Okay. So as we just saw on the other page, we do that. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to make an unordered list. All right. We know that unordered lists are made up of list elements. So what are some resources we're going to be using in class? We're going to be using W3 schools for sure. We are going to be using Mozilla Web Documents, so MDN Web Docs is going to be a very good use. If you wish, you could always go on Stack Overflow. Right? So here are some of the resources which you can use. One other common resource that you're going to be using frequently is GitHub. So let me go ahead and put that in here, this list too. So GitHub. All right. I've been typing for a while. Might as well go save this. Let's go ahead and open up our live preview because I'm using brackets. That's why I do that. And I have a list. But you'll notice they don't click on it. So I need to make these links. So the first one is W3 Schools. So let me go out on the internet and find its URL. So we're going to say W3 Schools. Let's just Google for it. W3 Schools online training. Here we go. Up there. If I click on this, I can see the full path. I can select it, hit Control C. So if I come in here, and I can just paste that, Control V, hit Control S. Let's go check our thing. Again, it doesn't click. That's because you haven't made it a link yet. So let's make it a link. The tag to do that is the A tag. And here's what happens. I'm going to open up A tag. I'm going to say href equals, and the href needs to be this full URL. This is what we call an absolute tag. Notice that the colors didn't change. That's because I need to close the brackets there. And then I'm going to come over here and close out my A tag. So there we go, did it automatic for me. So again, let's look at this real quick before we preview it. I have an ordered list here on line 10. On line 11, I've started a list item, and in that list item, I have an A tag telling me where to go. This is what's going to show up as the link, and then I close my A tag and I close my list element. Notice that I'm closing them in the order, the reverse order that they got open. So again, if I hit Control Save over here, you can notice that we're already, this is a link, and if I were to click on this link, it goes to there. Okay, I can look up the other three to do that. So hey, why don't I do that? Just while we're playing here. So MDN Web Docs, MDN Web Docs. Go ahead, come up here, select the URL, come in here, open up an A tag. Again, href, very important, equal, open quotation marks, paste in your link, close your quotation marks, close your tag. Now, you need to put, notice the A tags here. I mean, if I hit Control Save right now, and I come back over to my web page, let's see, Control S here, and I come back over to my web page here, notice that that doesn't do anything because it has to be in this space right here to do anything. So I could either move the tag or move the text. This time I'll just move the text, move it over here, like that, and we are good. Here, hit Control Save. Try that again, Control Save, and let's just hit refresh because it's being a little slow today. Oh, it's being slow because live preview is off. Let's turn live preview back on. And now it should be working. All right, so that is what your assignment's going to be. You're obviously not going to do these. You can read in the assignment what to do, but let's just go over. I have a list. I have a list item, and inside that list item is a link. If you're wondering why it's an A tag, it's because it's an anchor tag. If you're wondering why it's an anchor tag, that's a really good question. Google it. I don't know. But inside the opening tag, remember tags come in two pairs, opening tags and closing tags. Inside the opening tag, it is a href. This will get confusing because sometimes we use href and sometimes we use source, src. For link tags, we use the href, which I'm blanking on what the meaning of that, but it is the link reference. And it comes either as a absolute reference or a relative link. This is an absolute reference, and we'll explain more about what that means on another video, but just know this is absolute references. We use absolute references when we're linking to things on the web. We use relative references, relative URLs, when we're linking to things in our local folders. And it's very important you do this because if you're not, I won't be able to open your stuff and it will not work. Okay, I hope this was useful. Some upcoming topics we still will talk about is file paths as regards to URLs and bookmarks, how to make a link to someplace further on down the page. Hope this was informative.